talk about javelins. I might start that too early. So, today we're going to talk about javelins. Did everybody hear me now? Alright. So, I'm going to try to keep this quick because I did the dry run of this and it took like 10 minutes. And I know you don't have that kind of time because you're sitting there going, which one should I pick? So, you ask YouTube. Here's what you do. Colossus, tank. It is kind of that straightforward. Now, the way these javelins work, you can apply just about any weapon to them you want. I can have any of these weapons. Assault riflers. What? Assault rifles are, that's a new word. Assault rifles are not proprietary to the Ranger class. I can use them with the Interceptor, I can use them with the Storm, I can use them with the Colossus. Doesn't matter. I think I can use them with the Colossus. I haven't used the Colossus. But, doesn't matter. You can use all of those. Same thing with snipers, heavy pistols, whatever. I'll show you my loadout for the Interceptor in a minute. But the point is, Colossus is kind of the tank. They're not slow. They're not extremely slow like some Juggernaut characters in other games. But they're not extremely quick. But they're the big honking tank with a lot of health. Okay, that's what they are. The Storm, and I'm talking about the ones I don't have, pretty much. The Storm is basically designed for elemental combat. You're the mage. I've heard it put, like some other games you have the mage character. You're going to be relying on your abilities a lot. The fun part is you can get above the action, you can hover above the enemies and just unleash lightning and fire and all kinds of stuff. It's a lot of fun from what I hear. You're going to see if I post any more Anthem gameplay, you're going to see it with me and Bama Boy here. He loves using the mage, or the Storm. He loves using that. It's a fun class. Me, personally, I took the Ranger off the bat because even though the Interceptor kind of suits my general play style, I kind of got addicted to using the Ranger because it's just fun. And the thing is, you got to understand, it's not your typical jack-of-all-trades, master of none. It is a really good all-around javelin. It doesn't have the biggest flight time, but you can counteract that with heatsink, which, as you can see, most of these components that you can add are universal, so I can put heatsink on the Interceptor. Then some of them are like that. Advanced Circuitry is a Ranger-only one, but I got that one so it ups my melee damage. Why do I need up melee damage? Because you got a really good melee. Whereas some like the Storm and even the Interceptor, they don't have a high damage output on their melee. The Ranger does. The only problem is you have a cooldown on your melee. So what I do is I do what I call the John Wick style of fighting, which is I run in there, melee one, shoot the guy next to him, and then come back and melee that guy if he's not already dead. That's just really fun, easy way to do it. It's a really in-your-face way of playing, and it's not something I'm used to. I'm usually the tactical person. That's why I got stuff like Ghost Recon Wildlands. That's why I am, the person that, in like Warframe, which I keep calling these Warframes, so if I call them Warframes, overlook it. Because I know they're javelins, I'm used to playing Warframe. But in Warframe, I got like the Loki Warframe. That's my main. That is the one I use. Why? Invisibility. You cannot beat it on stealth missions. It is so much fun. Anyway, back to this. It all does depend on your weapons. If you want to be a person off in the corner sniping, pick up a sniper rifle. I got a marksman rifle right here. If you're kind of somebody who likes to snipe but you don't know if you're going to get into more action than you can handle, grab something like the Anvil or the Whirlwind. Whirlwind's it's pretty good. It's not got a high clip capacity, but it's a hybrid between a sniper and assault rifle like it says, so it does pretty good. Has a great damage output. But the Light of the Legion, even though it doesn't show a lot of damage output, you see all that critical and weapon damage and support and weapon stuff, mag size, all that stuff. Oh, it's great. Yeah, it's great. I like using that. It's a good backup. When you gotta just pull something that'll do a lot of good damage, especially when it hits critical areas, that's something I like. That came with the Legion of Dawn edition. Also, there's some stuff that came with it. I don't have the full Legion of Dawn armor equipped. I just have like the shoulder pads and stuff. But this is a good all-around class. You don't have to be the boots on the ground guy, but it's a lot of fun if you are. You end up being the tank. If you get in there with a bunch of storms and interceptors, you are the tank. You are the tank. You are the one that's just gonna have to take point on everything and keep the bad guys off everybody's back so they can use their abilities and stuff. So do with that what you wish. I prefer other stuff like the frag grenade as well, because it has a higher radius than all the other grenades. That's just the way I play. It's good at wiping out squads. It's good at just doing a lot of damage. So there you go. Oh, I forgot the ultimate. The ultimate is pretty much what I call this Tony Stark missile. You literally pull up a little targeting system like Iron Man 1. Little squares pick up and show you. My phone's ringing. I'll contact you in a minute. I'm doing a video. Anyway, little squares pop up. Little targeting squares pop up. You just launch 20 missiles at like a squad and just obliterate them. It's so much fun. Or you can use it and target one big tank. You can get the big tank, the big Titan or whatever it is. You can target it and just launch all those little missiles at him. That's great when you're dealing with a big tank because it just takes a huge chunk of his health, and it's a lot of fun to use. And then when you see a wave of troops coming at you and you can just wipe out half the wave immediately, it's also fun because then everybody's just sitting there going like, what? Where's the kills for us? So, you know, combo that up with a frag grenade and you can pretty much be a one-man army, just about. You're not that good because of your health not being that of the Colossus, but it's just so much fun. Now, why am I exiting? I'm gonna cut this out. Here we go. Back to the forge. So the next one is the Interceptor. Ta-da! Yes, I called it Gold Frieza for a reason. Why is it Wyatt? I want a Gold Frieza. There it is. There it is. I was like, why is it normal Frieza? I want a Gold Frieza. Yeah, that's why I did. I did the colors, different colors on the on the Javelin. If you don't know how to do this, this is actually one of the hardest things to figure out because they don't give you a tutorial on this. Go here. Oh, it's not there. Go to paint. You know, you see this right here and you're like, oh, I can only change materials. This stinks. No, here's what you do. You see how you've got the X over the circle, over the big sphere over there? Click right on your D-pad. That's the color. Probably didn't know that because it took me literally 10-15 minutes to figure that out. I thought I was just SOL. I was out of luck. I just, you know, it was just not that much customization. I was like, that's kind of a bummer. And then I see this. Literally, that's all you gotta do. You can come in here, choose any colors. You can make your own custom color from like a color wheel. It's amazing. That's how I got this look. So, real quick on the Interceptor because I know I'm running low on time. It's quick, it's fast, it's light armored. We can counteract this with, oh, I'm in the wrong one here. Components, shield reinforcement, armor reinforcement. These are both universals. This is why it's good to have like a Ranger class first, but it helps when you really just gotta go in and start kicking butt. And it's fun because I still play a lot of just really close in your face game with this one too. Because excuse me. Got a little bit of a cold. So the deal is you have unlimited melee. Only problem is it's not as much damage as the Ranger. So you're in there just slicing and dicing. But instead of being the person that's just the scout, you go ahead, you do a little bit of damage, take maybe one or two guys out before the main advance. You're not that player. You don't have to be that player. What I'm doing right now is I'm using I use the blastback in the whirlwind. The blastback because it's a heavy pistol and it's kind of walk softly, carry a big stick. Because I need something that when I get in trouble, I can just pull out and blast away enemies, and that's why it's called the blastback. The whirlwind, same thing. It's an assault rifle hybrid. Let's see what else I got here. What does he do? Well, oh, his ultimate His ultimate is what makes it. Just makes the Javelin. That's what it is. You become invincible for a short period of time, and you do uber damage with your swords. So you can just jump in the middle and just start slicing left and right, and that's why I like this, because the speed of it, you can dash between enemies and keep everybody hemmed up. I love using this for defense missions. I used it for one where I have to defend the Arcanist, and I told my friend, I was like, hey, I'm just gonna pull back. You go out there and, you know, run interference, or go take out the guys. I'm gonna pull back and defend, because I was able to just stand in that little circle that I have to protect and just jump between enemies and keep them all hemmed up where they can't do anything. That's just the beauty of this thing. It is a really good tool. It's very good. It's a good defense tool. You don't think the light armor guy is going to be the defensive tool, but it is. The way I would use this, if you had a perfectly balanced squad, which never happens unless you got like 3 other friends and you all intentionally pick separate javelins. But generally, everybody's got that javelin they like, and it's going to be an unbalanced team. You're going to be down a Colossus, or you're going to be down a Storm or something like that. But the ideal thing is, you go into a mission, an expedition as they call it, and you get to one part of it, you get locked in this area with all the bad guys, and look, Colossus goes in, and maybe even the Storm goes in, and just focuses on the big guy, while the Interceptor runs interference, takes out the little guys, keeps them from taking down the health of the rest of the squad. Because you can do that, you can be the one that just dashes through the little guys and cuts them up into little pieces. It does really good damage at a high rate, and that's why it's good. So, do with that what you will. Keep an open mind as to how these Warframes... I did it again, I'm sorry. As to how these Javelins work. There you go. That's all I have. Choose wisely.